Did you know the first 3 seconds of your video content is the make or break if that person who clicks on is going to continue to tune in to the end? And that's no different in any business at all. And I want to explain something that I've been hearing on my radio station. So I live in Northern Ireland, and we're predominantly oil. So we have electric and oil. We don't really have gas. Obviously our oil companies, we have a few in each town, and they're all in competition with each other, etc., etc. And they all sell oil. And so when this, they're called Lisbon Fuels, by the way, but when they come on, their first opening line is, are you sick of coming home to a cold house and realising you've run out of oil? And that is such a good line. Do you know why? Because we've all done it. When you order your oil, you tend to have to then wait like 7 days. So when you run out of oil, you've got no heating. You've got hot water, but that's through the electric mains, so that's even more expensive to run than the normal water. But what I'm getting at is everybody who lives in Northern Ireland and hears that first opening line, they get taken back to that feeling of walking in your house after a long, hard day at work and realising that they've run out of oil. Because it's not as easy as just going to the shop or phoning up and saying, can you put my oil on? You literally have to order it and wait a good week for it to come. So the opening line is absolutely brilliant because it's what you would call a scenario. So in marketing, if you can put a scenario into your you can put a scenario into your content, whether that's on a blog, a podcast, a video, written content, any type of content, then it brings your audience in so that they can feel they've been in that situation. So that's what you call setting the scenario. So that's a brilliant opening line. And then the second thing that they've done is they're the only company yet that actually, I'm just going to walk back down the hill. They're the only company yet that have set up a direct debit, so that instead of like when you've run out of oil and you need to pay 500 quid to get some more in one go, they've set it up so you can pay monthly. So it's not a big shit, I've got this payout now and you've got to find the money, you know. So they've done that. They're the only company yet, and I'm sure that people will follow suit. But what they've done there with their marketing is they've looked at their competition and they've said, right, how can we stand out? How can we make ourselves different to the competition out there who are all selling oil? So instead of just dropping their prices and being in a price competition, what they've done is they've made themselves the only people that have set up a direct debit. Just a minute, I've got a dog in my hand. That have set up a direct debit for people. So again, what does that do? Well, it keeps their customers longer because they are there paying a monthly subscription, so to speak. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on that because obviously I am all about creating content for your target audience, and instead of direct sales, I'm all about personal branding and letting your content do the heavy lifting. So it's just when that comes on, and I think it's probably me, because obviously, because I am a marketing coach, I notice these things, but it always makes me smile, because that coming home after an hard day work to a cold house and realising you've run out of oil. And it's like, yeah, we've all done that. And it just makes me smile how I understand their marketing. And I wanted to share that with you, because if you are a content creator, that's 2 really good tips. What is your opening line? What is your 3 seconds that's going to make your audience keep tuning in to the end? What can you put into your content that is, what's the word that I'm looking for? Scenario. So scenario based, so that your ideal client who is tuning into you can feel that you know exactly where they are at, what they are going through, and what they need to solve that problem. And there was another point to that, and I can't remember what it was. But I'm sure it'll come back to me when I jump off this live. And by the way, do you like my hair, guys?